Brendan Carr is President-elect Donald Trump's choice to lead the Federal Communications Commission.
Aye. Commissioner Carr?
Aye.
The agency regulates TV and radio broadcasters, telephone and internet providers, and satellites. Carr is currently a sitting FCC commissioner and longtime staffer.
What's clear is he has a lot of experience. I believe he's been there since 2012 as an attorney, and he's also been pretty transparent, which is good. He both has a pretty good sense of, or very strong sense of how the FCC works and how things get done there.
Trump describes the 45-year-old attorney as, quote, a warrior for free speech. Carr wrote about the FCC in the Conservative Policy Priority Handbook, Project 2025, saying that social media companies suppress certain political views, and he wants to police TV networks for bias.
Americans have lived under an unprecedented surge in censorship over the last couple of years, and we have to work together to smash the censorship cartel. Number two is media. Trust in media is at an all-time low, and there's a lot the FCC can do there to make sure that broadcasters are, in fact, serving the public interest.
Those amendments are being criticized as potential infringements of the Constitution's First Amendment right to free speech.
One of the things that he proposes to do is actually force those private companies to leave up content that advertisers and others find offensive. So, in other words, using the power of the federal government to force certain kinds of speech to be hosted by private companies.
Carr also wants to get internet access to more Americans, and he's expressed national security concerns around China-made technology and equipment providers, as well as the Chinese-owned social media platform TikTok, for possibly gathering information about Americans on behalf of the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP.
The CCP doesn't come at the U.S. and our freedoms through any one particular vector. They come through all sorts of devices. They come through all sorts of services. That's why it's important that we be vigilant.
Those national security concerns are less likely to be controversial for the 5-member bipartisan panel that Carr will lead.
There's already some funding in place to what they call rip and replace, to pull out some network equipment that's in place already and replace it with what's considered to be safer.
Shortly after Trump designated Carr to lead the FCC, Carr announced that the agency will end its diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. Dora, Mekouar, VOA News, Washington.